Yo, 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 Math by the Moon, back with another video. Today we're going to work on some expressions involving radicals and rational exponents. So you ready? Ooh. Let me share this with you guys. First thing we're gonna do is just some numerical evaluations. And some basic conversions from one to the other. And I know that you guys have already had this in class this year, so shouldn't be too bad. All right, we'll leave it over there this time. Ugly mug over there. So this says the fifth root of 32 to the third. And the easiest way to do this problem is actually to do the fifth root of 32. So if you think about that, the fifth root of 32 means what times itself 5 times would give us 32. That's a 2. And we still have this power of 3 on the outside, so that'll be 8. So the nice part about knowing your roots is you guys probably have your quarter sheet still. If not, I'll attach that in the email. So you can look at the different powers of base 2, base 3, base 4, all the way up to, I think it goes to base 12, I think we go up to. This is the fourth root of 81, so a number times itself 4 times, it's going to give you 81, is going to be 3. And we're going to raise that to the negative 3. So we have to use our negative exponent rule, which says it's the reciprocal power. So whatever you would normally do if it was a positive exponent, you do the reciprocal. So you would take the 3 cubed, which is 27, and then throw it to the denominator. So it'd be 1 over 27. I like it when it's written in radical notation because we can kind of process through it faster. We're already being told what the root is we're trying to accomplish. When it's written as a rational exponent, one of the first things you want to do is try and convert it. So the root of 16, when we're doing 16 to the 3 halves, the root that we're trying to do is really the denominator here, which is a square root. So I'm going to recopy this as the square root. And typically there's a little index number right here, but when it's a square root, we don't really put the 2 there, right? We don't usually do the square root. We just make the symbol for square root. And we cube the numerator becomes the extra power or the secondary power. So then we just do the evaluation like it makes sense now that we're doing a square root of 16 cubed. The square root of 16 is 4. Cubed is 64. Okay? So I think it's easier to take the rational exponent when the exponent's a fraction and rewrite it so that the root is the denominator of this exponent. So we'll translate this into a radical so we understand better what we're trying to accomplish. So here we're doing a cube root of negative 125, all being raised to the negative 2 power. The index is the denominator. So right there we have the cube root of negative 125 to a negative power. Now with a cube root of a negative, you can actually do that. We can't do even roots of negative numbers, they're imaginary. But the fact that it's an odd amount of factors means we can actually get an answer here. It's going to be a negative 5. Negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5 is negative 125. Still raised to the negative 2, which means we're going to square 5, but put it in the denominator. It's the reciprocal power. So the square of negative 5 is a positive 25 in the denominator. So hopefully that will help you evaluate numerical expressions involving radicals or rational exponents, being able to go from one to the other. I like to be able to write them as radicals because it helps me understand it. If you can get there from seeing it as a rational exponent, just remember that the root you're trying to do of this base number here is the denominator. So we're doing a cube root of this number, and then we're going to raise it to the other power. We're going to raise it to the numerator. Hit me up if you need any more information on numerical evaluations. And you always have your TI calculator that if you type it in just like you see it, it should evaluate it. If it comes out a decimal, you can use the math enter button to turn it into a fraction. Later.